Misti Patrella is here. We could start a few minutes early, Misti, if you're ready to go. And we are going to talk to you about business, which all of us are definitely affected by, no matter what our job and what our career.
This looks good.
It looks good. I like it.
Thank you guys. I mean, first of all, I want to say thank you two for putting this together for everyone. When they mentioned it, we were all like, yes, we're participating. This is amazing. So thank you for doing this, ladies, for setting it up, for promoting the boo-boo out. I mean, for all of it. I think you are incredible. And I'm just honored that you invited me in.
And we are honored to have you, Misti. I am so excited that it's you, and I know what you're bringing to the table. So thank you for sharing your wisdom with us.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I got my timer. I got that message. So I won't go.
Woo!
You know,
right,
a girl can be verbose.
Although I just gave you a couple extra minutes.
I'm just saying, I can talk. So I got my timer started. Okay, so guys, I'm here to talk about what to do around your business in these times. And you know, there's a real reaction mode that is occurring right now. And for obvious reasons. I mean, if you have a family full of sick people, you have a lot to freaking manage through right now. It's just a lot. Or your kids are home, or whoever's in your house, or whatever. So the business stuff can feel very scary right now because so many people are in reaction. And the thought is like, oh, can I still do this work? What am I, right? Has anyone been feeling that? Like, oh shit, should I get quiet? Maybe I should just not say anything now because I don't want to, it's scary times and I really don't want to upset people or think I'm preying on them in any way. I've gotten a whole bunch of questions about like not feeling like a predator in these times. And that is real. That is intense for a lot of entrepreneurs. Okay. And my stance on this is that now is the time to lean in to your business. Now more than ever before, lean in. Why does that make sense? Why should we even lean in, especially when it feels so scary? But if you're a service-based business owner, coaches, healers, wellness experts, photographers, parent, I mean, it doesn't even really matter what you're doing. Weight loss people, nutritionists, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Really, it doesn't. Even if you have some products right now, it does not matter. What is most important is that you are stepping in and leading your tribe with empowerment, encouragement, inspiration, what you believe is still possible. You know, a lot of people are getting laid off right now. That is real. So if you are potentially a breadwinner in your house now, if you're the only income, if it doesn't even matter, if you just feel passionate about your work because you know somewhere deep down inside of you that this is why you are here, then now is the time to lean into your business. Because whether we embrace it or not, you're a leader. You are. And you didn't come, our work, whatever you do that's transformative for people. And if you're in a service-based business, you are transforming someone's life in some way. You just are. So whatever that is, whatever you're doing right now, people don't hire you because times are so good and I just want to like make life even better. You come into the people's lives when they're struggling. You come in to transform suffering in whatever way you do it. And so if that's what you're doing, if that's your work, now is your time. There is so many voices of fear, so many voices of like, don't do this, let's slow down, let's pull back. And that is right for some people, especially if you're a corporate person, like pull back, relax. But if you're an entrepreneur, like I said, you are a leader. And we need you. We need your voice of love. We need your voice of transformation, of possibility, of normalizing all of these challenges, because that's what people need so desperately right now, to just feel normal for a minute. this is our new normal for the next chunk here. And we have a real ability to not only have a voice, but lead people through what to do next. Like, people are so desperate to hear a voice of like, just tell me what to do to get through this. And you guys are voices of love, not voices of fear and news and however real you think it is. I don't. So, just being real. So, guys, now is the time. Yes, it probably feels scary because how do I do this without preying on people? Whoa, I just lost my screen. Can you still see me? Oh, there it goes. Okay. How do I do this without feeling like I'm preying on people? Again, okay, good. You can see me. Again, this is about coming from a place of love and possibility, and not from a place like, if you don't do this, you're in trouble. That's not how we talk about our work. And if you don't feel called to sell right now, fine. I think you should, because your work will see people through this in some way. That's why you're here. So, first things first. Yes, you need to be a leader right now. That is my opinion. But if you aren't leading yourself, the rest of it is for naught. So check in with yourself first. If you're not okay, then take care of you first. As the leader, your self-care has to be way up here, dudes. We're not talking about like, I'm a regular person. If you're in this transformational space, you're not a regular person. You're a leader. And you need to care for this vessel like I say, like Michael Jordan does. Okay? So if you're not okay, if you're feeling like fearful, emotional, reactionary, and no judgment, I'm just saying, it's okay if you feel any of those things. But add love into the system through you first. Get you back to whole first. Because you can't help other people unless you're okay. It just keeps draining away. Eventually, that tap will run dry and you'll be flat. So take care of this first. If you're feeling whatever feelings are coming up for you, talk to somebody about it. Let it out of you. Add love in. Do things that fill you up. I know it's hard sometimes. I'm saying this and I'm thinking, Patricia, how am I going to tell you when you have 5 people in your home who are like, I need you so much? But I'm saying, even for you, like 10 minutes of like, I think everyone's asleep. I got to go like be by myself for 10 minutes. Even like a tiny little breaks during the day is filling this back up. Okay. So important. Salt baths. Yes. I took a salt bath last night. I feel amazing. So take care of yourself first. And if you're in reaction, it's okay. Deal with that. Add love back in here first so that you can go lead from a full cup. And then 2, if you are feeling ready and you're strong and your voice is loud, get loud. Get loud. It's time to be a love warrior. This isn't like jokes aroundsies. This is for real time. There are plenty of people that would love for us to be fearful because we're heading into an election and we are controllable when we're afraid. We are so controllable when we're afraid. You don't have to bow to that. Now, shit's real. No kidding. But let's add in a voice of love. If you're feeling strong enough, be a voice of love right now. Love and leadership. That's my thing. And then 3rd, if you're feeling ready to, make your offers. Do not stop. People need help. There are plenty of people with money. I'm not saying preying on people who don't have money, but there's plenty of people who have corporate salaries who still need help and are struggling at home with a myriad of things. And they need you. Again, not preying on people. You're transformationalists. Do your work. People come to you when they're in need and shit's going wrong. Like, now's the time. Now, how do you make your work even seem important right now? Some people are like, I'm a photographer. What do I do if my work doesn't seem essential? Your work is always essential. You're not just a photographer. You're not just the thing you do. You are the value you bring to someone's world. And your thing right now can bring value to someone's world. I'm not saying you have to be like, end days, buy my thing. Again, that's a very fear-based mentality. I'm absolutely talking about leading people through what they can be doing right now to change their lives and make it better given the current circumstances. This isn't about fear. This is about leadership. There are going to be tons of people pulling back right now. Tons of people are pulling back for lots of reasons. One, they don't have the energy. Two, they're recovering in their house. Three, there's lots of fear. But there's also so many, you guys, we're talking about like 8 billion people, most of which are online in some way, shape, or form. That's not necessarily true. If you think about third world countries, that's probably pretty racist what I just said. However, the thing is that there are many, many people who still need you, and they're stuck at home and they have no idea what to do. Especially those people who are like, I'm so bored. Those are your people. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, most of the people we're talking to have never been forced to stop ever. So it's a weird time. Now, again, some people will have to pivot a little bit, right? It's not necessarily like, I used to talk about having fun, and that was one of my huge selling factors about many of my offers, because I do add a lot of fun to business. It doesn't have to be so freaking serious all the time, but that's not so essential right now. So what I'm going to be talking about is creating sustaining income no matter what's happening around you, because that's what's most essential. Does my offer change? No. Am I selling with fear? No. It's not about that. It's just addressing where people are. And if you're talking to people about where they are, not like fear, 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 but like, I get what you're going through right now. I see you. And we can get through this. Then that is one of the most essential. That's a pivot that is a very loving and very connected. You can't be like, oh yeah, let's awaken and I can help you meet your inner goddess right now. That's just, people are going to be like, what? Yeah, you're not going to change your offer. That's still the stuff you do. That's still your work. But you have to relate that to why coming in with your full love warrior goddess self is so essential right now. From like a leadership perspective, not from like, if you don't, you will die. Like, come on, that's not our work. That's not even in alignment with how we show up in the world anyway. That's just not in alignment. So all that fear is just, it's a very one-sided way to do business. Okay. And love and leadership is just a much more expanded view of that. Okay. So one, like stepping into your leadership and first leading yourself if you're not okay. Two, and for many cases, for many people, pivoting your message. And again, don't change your work, just address what's happening. And again, not from a place of fear. That's just silliness. Right. If you don't know how, then reach out to people. And not from a salesy place. Reach out to people, your ideal clients. How are you doing? What's happening for you right now? Connecting with people. People want to connect. This whole social distancing thing just really irks we're not socially distant, we're physically distant. But socially, look how connected we are right now. Look at us. There's a whole group of people who are just right now needing to come from a place of love. And we are all connected energetically, socially. We're actually chatting back and forth. You can hear me. We're physically distant. Socially, we can be as connected and loving and supportive and empowering and raising of boats right now instead of lowering them. 100% we got this. It's just deciding and getting really loud about it. I think Patricia and Linda have done an amazing job of helping us get loud about it. 100%. So my recommendation, you don't need to have, like, this isn't about having a huge content plan. This is about connecting with people. Reaching out to people in your Facebook Messenger, not to sell them a bunch of stuff. Like, ask them how they're doing, like real people who are actually alive, not numbers. Email your list. How are you doing right now? Not from like oh, we have to monger all this fear, but like, how are you? Tell me. I am running a visibility program right now. And today was our group call right before this. And we spent 2/3 of that time just honoring what is arising right now. So how are you honoring what is arising for your tribe? What are you doing for them? I've been talking about this message because someone gave it to me and I'm paying it forward as much as I humanly can because it's so important right now. So very important. Your work is very important right now. Somebody said to me, how do you know this is the time? It looks so bad. Looks so bad. How do we know this is the time? Like, it's not just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. Well, a birth looks really scary at some points. Looks like, in some cases, it's gory. It looks like, oh my God, is something going to die right now? But what happens is that it's actually a birth experience. And we're in the tunnel right now. Birthing is messy. Yes, it is. But so is transforming a whole society without knocking it down. So we're in the messy bit. And we can add more love in, or we can add more fear in. And whether you make that choice or not, you're choosing it. It's a binary choice. Now, I'm not saying that's easy. It's not easy to make that choice. I'm going to hold this energy of love because the energy of fear can be so strong. But that's why we have groups of people like this. That's why we have meditation. That's why we have all the things that fill you up and make you feel better. And as soon as you do, got to get back out there and get loud. I take a lot of naps. Like a lot lately. I don't know, like 2:00 hits and I'm like, okay. So like my self-care is on lock. Like I've super dialed it up. As soon as we're done, I'm going to go take a walk in the rain because I need to move this energy around. So please take care of yourselves. Really, as leaders, that's the, running a business, being a leader, showing up in times like this when it's hard as shit for your family, for yourself, for your community, for your online. That is a marathon. And I don't mean like you need to be exhausted and your toenails need to fall off. I'm saying you need to energetically manage yourself through that whole process so you can get to the finish line. And in a business, that's just like forever. And that up and down of like self-care, that like, I'm taking action, no, I'm not. Now I'm taking action, now I'm not because I'm exhausted. Now I am, now I'm not. is really blocking your money and your message. So please take care of yourself right now, whatever that means to you.